So today let's see what exactly is Amazon BedRock. And before looking into BedRock as a whole, in the part of this series, let's see the AWS console for BedRock, because if you understand all the services that is being provided by BedRock in the AWS console, then you can look at like how you can use them for your applications. So this is the Bedrock console. It starts with a quick start and model catalog. As we all know, what exactly is model catalog? So model catalog is a place where you can find all the models that are being provided in Amazon Bedrock. And these are these are all the models. Cloud, the biggest guy. But you can filter based on the providers. See, even Amazon got few, and you got Anthropic, it got 11 models, and there are few small players here: Minimax, Mistral AI, Nvidia got 4 models. But you can also filter on input modalities. Let's say your model takes inputs in 3 forms. It might be a text, it might be an image, it might be a video. All the chat gpt, Gemini, mostly they usually take images too, but most of them take text. Let's say chat gpt in the earlier stages, they just took text as your input, and then later they provided a feature of giving image as an input. But let's say video, these are a little bit more costly, I guess. But we got Nova 2 Lite, a model by Amazon which takes video as input. And then we got Nova Premier, again Nova Lite, Nova Pro, agents chart optimized. These are for like agents. And then we got Pegasus by 12 Labs, video to text, multimodal. And this is, I think this, I don't know what exactly this model is, what it is capable of, but looks like this is one of the most sophisticated video to text model. And this is how you can look at the models being provided by Amazon Bedrock. Okay, that's nice. And then comes API keys. So what exactly is API keys? Let's say if you are trying to use any of these models through the AWS console, you can just go here and look at this model. Let's say Opus 4.7. This is really costly, I guess, but you can just click on open in cloud, open in the console, like open in the playground, and then you have to submit your case details for Anthropic. So once you submit your case details for Anthropic, and if Anthropic accepts your case details, you can try the model in the playground in the similar way. Most of them, I don't think Amazon got those things, especially for the smaller models like Nova 2 Lite. Let's take a look. Yeah, you can simply use it. You don't need to file for any access. You can write a prompt, click on run, and it gives you answers. It's simply like ChatGPT or Claude, but instead of using Anthropic's or OpenAI models, we are using Amazon models, which is Nova 2 Lite. You might ask me, what difference does it make? It makes the difference, especially when you consider the details of the model, like the cost or the benchmarks of the model that are needed for your application. If it is like a simple chart, it's okay. But when you consider you developing an application which might be used by agents who might send n number of questions, n number of tokens as input, and expect n number of tokens as output, you might have to consider which model you're going with. So this is how you test your model with chart. You can chart with your model, or you can just go for a single prompt, give a prompt, and you get a single answer. Here is the model. And then comes API keys. So what exactly is API keys? So if you are using your models in AWS console, it is good, you can try them out. But what if you want to use or call these models which are supported by Amazon Bedrock, sorry, which are provided by Amazon Bedrock through your application. Okay, if you want to make a call from your application, or if you want to make a call from your VS Code or your VS Code console, you have to make an API request. And Bedrock provides two kinds of API keys. One is short-term key and one is long-term key. The short-term key only survives or for 12 hours, whereas the long-term key has extended access more than 12 hours. Most probably when you're trying, go with short-term keys, because let's say your app is not so secure and it got hacked, and there are n number of agents who are trying to use your model inference, which might cost you instead of those agents who are using it. You might get a huge amount of cloud bill. But if you're going for short-term API keys, no inference request past 12 hours is actually considered. Yeah, so this is what in Discover, and later we can take a look on labs and then test inference profiles. Why do we need them? Tuning, why do we need tuning? And the interesting part is build. Like, this is where it gets really interesting. You can build the agents, you can create the workflows for the agents, and then comes knowledge bases, which is like RAG, and automated reasoning, like few questions which doesn't needs to call the model, and guardrails, like creating safety rules so that we can make sure how our agent acts in production. And then prompt management, managing your prompts so that the number of input tokens is being controlled. And then we got evaluations, like evaluating evals, they call it evals for your agents, like how your agents are doing in production, so we can make changes whenever we need it, or we can find problems before they actually happen. And then comes configure and learn. We can take a look later. Yeah, see you soon with labs. Thank you guys.